Happy New Year. I'm James Fillmore. Rick has the night off. It's a chilly night in New York City for the hundreds of thousands gathered in Times Square to watch the ball drop ringing in 2015. Wendy Gillette has the story from New York City. Many police officers in St. Joseph County will be working overtime tonight to help everyone ring in 2015 safely. Police say if you drive drunk, you will get pulled over. Instead, they say designate a sober driver. If you see someone who had too much to drink, don't let them drive. Officers encourage people to stay off the roads if possible, but if that's not an option, drive defensively. Last year, police didn't have any alcohol-related arrests or crashes in St. Joseph County, and they're hoping it will be the same case this time around.
You'll see like a large number of different police cars in one area, so we'll hit areas that we know have the higher alcohol arrest, alcohol crash, data, and our goal is to prevent the fatal crashes that could occur in those areas.
Police say if a taxi is too expensive, consider taking the bus. With a new year come resolutions to change, but 911 dispatchers in St. Joseph County don't have much of a choice. Starting tomorrow, you won't be calling Mishawaka or South Bend Dispatch because all of them will be county dispatch. The new director of the consolidation says he hopes people notice more than just that, though. WSBT 22's Zach Crenshaw has more. Some city dispatchers are frustrated because during this consolidation, they've had their job titles changed, and as a result, their pay and benefits have also changed. But the director says he's tried to be as fair as possible. We now know the names of the Indiana State Police trooper and Plymouth police officer involved in a shooting in the parking lot of a Plymouth Kmart store. Indiana State Trooper William Ennis and Plymouth officer Matthew Emmenheiser fired shots Monday night at a man who they say raised his gun at them. Police say they wanted to question 33-year-old Lane Dotson about a domestic incident he was allegedly involved in. Dotson did not fire his gun. He's recovering from multiple gunshot wounds. Both officers are on administrative leave during the investigation. They were not hurt. Now, Trooper Ennis was involved in a deadly crash while responding to a call back in March of 2013. His squad car collided with a car at Ireland and Linden Roads in St. Joseph County, killing 19-year-old Robert Perez. Police say Perez was found to have evidence of possible marijuana in his system at the time. Last February, a grand jury decided no criminal charges would be filed against Trooper Ennis. Did you hear about this story? One man was airlifted to an area hospital today after an explosion at an Elkhart County business. It's an update to breaking news we first told you about on WSBT 22 News at midday. Officials say an employee of the Green Stream Recycling Company was welding outside when something exploded and started on fire. It happened just before 11 this morning in the 29,000 block of Phillips Street. Fire officials say the employee was burned over his entire body. An investigation is underway. Well, Bob, I don't know if you know this, but I have a little dog named Luigi, and he is not a fan of this bitter cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I joined the club. I'm not particularly fond of it myself.
I think we got spoiled with the mild December that we saw. It was kind of a rude awakening for me when I stepped outside today, but like you said, I guess we got to get used to it.
It certainly was. So again, get used to it. It's coming.
All right, thank you, Bob. Making any New Year's resolutions this year? We have tips to make sure you commit all year. Construction is getting ready to start on Barack River Rock Apartments in Mishawaka. According to our partners at the South Bend Tribune, the complex will house more than 70 units in the block northwest of Main Street and Mishawaka Avenue. The developer hopes to begin lease applications by March for the 1-, 2-, and 3-bedroom units. Plans for the $15 million project call for a few first-floor shops along Mishawaka Avenue. Construction is expected to wrap up in March of 2016. The Elkhart County Redevelopment Commission is looking into a project that would give a facelift to a major traffic gateway into the county. It would start at the county line at Ash and Old US 20 and then run to Sheridan Avenue. The project is known as the Northwest Gateway District Renewal Area. It would include the addition of sidewalks, street lighting, wider traffic lanes, and improvements to traffic signals in the area. The hope is to make a better first impression on people who are driving through.
We want to take it from kind of a tired industrial area to something that really gives a feeling of the vitality of a fantastic community. We want to make the first impression a great impression of our economy.
Project organizers are also looking at the possibility of putting in a roundabout at the intersection of Corwin Street and Old US 20. That could help traffic move more quickly through the area. New at 10, usually parents are the ones buying their kids' cars, but for an 83-year-old retired farmer and his son, The roles were reversed. Nicole Pence has the story. Kyle's grandfather bought that truck in 1949, and then Norman bought the truck from his father in the mid-50s to use on the family farm. You better believe Norman is already driving the truck around town. Well, sports is next. We have highlights as several Big Ten basketball teams start their conference campaigns. And the Fighting Irish are champions of the Music City Bowl. Find out what they learned about themselves after a roller coaster season. A lot of Notre Dame football fans that I've talked to were happy to see that win yesterday and are hopeful that it'll kind of transition, that momentum will carry over to their next season and that they'll do even better.
It's definitely a building block. They're recharging. They've got a lot of guys back from injuries, so 2015 does look bright.
All right, thanks, Adam.
No problem.
Stay with us. Bob's next.